Let's get ready for work together. So I'm on to my last 2 weeks of my second year regional work for Australia, having a coffee. Ice rolling as well in the morning just to help depuff my face. I've already put some oil on my face, but I'm so excited. We're coming down to our last 2 weeks and then my mom is coming over to visit. And we're going to have an amazing trip. So I'm going to tell you about that in a second, much because I haven't told her any of the plans. She just has a rough idea of what we're doing, but she doesn't know any of the activities or the trips. So I've been keeping it all really secretive. I did ask her if she wanted to know, and she said no, she was happy to keep it all a secret. So I was like, okay, cool. Working here, not a lot of things, but one thing I'm going to miss about working here is being able to make a barista coffee every morning. I feel like I mastered it, and also it's really made us want to make sure that we spend a lot of money and get a good coffee machine when we get a house again. Or we got the Smeg coffee machine, which I feel like is an okay one, but the milk frother used to really annoy me because you could only froth like one milk at a time, and the spout wasn't very long. It didn't like have a bend like coffee machines. So that's something we're going to look into, getting a better one. I feel like the Smeg one is more of a kind of gimmicky one for like starters, if you just know you like coffee kind of thing. Which is a shame because it was quite expensive actually for what you got, but so they are, then it makes you realize, oh, so the Smeg one actually isn't that bad, because I think it was like £400 or something, and our coffee machines we're looking at are like £3 grand. So it's like, oh, okay, that's why it wasn't perfect, because it's clearly nowhere near the price of the one that we would actually like. We've been in Australia for just shy of 2 years, and by the time we leave it will kind of have just hit the 2 year mark since we left home. I've been home twice. Lewis has been home twice as well since we've come to Australia. One time together, one separately for different like family things we had to go home for. And we've spent the last 7-ish months working in the same place. And when I finish here, I might do a whole TikTok on that. But I think I'm at the point where you're in a job and you feel like it's going nowhere and you kind of need to start something new. That's kind of how I feel, where you feel like you can't progress any further, and you know there's nowhere higher and your wages can't go up. I've felt this in other jobs as well, and that's why I really liked being a self-employed hairdresser, because I felt like every day was up to me and how much I would make, and it was like a bit more challenging and a bit more fun. I like getting kind of knowing how much money I'm going to make every month, but I also like making it a bit of a challenge and something that I know I can get better on. Or some sort of job where, you know, if you do an extra client or something, you know, you're going to make a little bit extra money that week. I quite like that idea of a job, whether it's self-employed or it's working under commission. I think that's quite good, rather than knowing you're getting X amount every week and that's all you're ever going to get. To me, it's a bit more satisfying to know that I could make more if I really wanted to. Talking about my mom coming, I'm so excited. She lives in Ireland, so the furthest she's been, I think, is possibly Poland. I think she's been to like France and Poland. I can't really think of anywhere else she's really been, but yeah, so I'm really excited to get her here because she's doing it all by herself. She's worked so hard to save up the money to come here and really enjoy herself. She doesn't know any of the activities we're doing. I said to her a couple of months ago, I need to start booking things, because you know, like on the east coast of Australia, you kind of need to book things in advance, and a lot of things you don't. I do find that about Australia, not everything gets super booked out, which is cool. But I did want to do certain things, so I knew I wanted to book them in advance. So she basically just sent me some money so that I could start booking hotels and booking activities. And she just kind of was like, sent me a load of money and was like, just do whatever you think is right. And I was like, okay. So high hopes. I hope she enjoys it all. I know she's not the biggest fan of like swimming and stuff, but a lot of things are like in the water, because you know it's Australia. And one thing I did ask her was like, are you comfortable, do you want to try snorkeling? She said yeah, and I was like, if you just get in the water and you don't like it and you need to just get back out, that's fine. It doesn't matter, as long as you can just get in. I don't think she's ever been snorkeling or anything like that, so this is like, there's so many bucket list things that she's going to tick off, and the fact that I'm going to be able to be there with her is really exciting. Growing up as well, there was a couple of years I wasn't very close to my mom, and even now I've been very close, because for a long time I like worked on cruise ships. I moved to the UK, and now I've been in Australia, and I just think it's like once in a lifetime opportunity to spend this much time with her. And although I think we'll kill each other for a lot of it, I think we're still going to have the most amazing time and make really cool memories. So she's coming here for a month, and the first 10 days we're traveling up north. But I don't want to say too much, because I know sometimes she just watch my TikToks. We're traveling up north, and then we're going to Bali, just me and her for a few days, and Lewis is going to stay and just chill out in a hotel or something for a few days. and then we're going to go up to Bali for 4 days, and I've planned that. We're gonna have like a guy I follow on on Instagram. He's gonna like drive us around and show us things. I told him what we want to do, so I've been booking things for that. And then we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna go a little bit kind of inland, and I have a childhood friend who's doing her regional work inland, and then we're gonna kind of go up north again. But again, if she sees this and she sees the names of places, I don't want her to. I want it all to be a surprise. I just want to wake her up every morning and be like, right, this is what we're doing. And even if she's no idea what it is or how cool it's going to be, when she gets there, it's going to be awesome. Our original plan was very different, because when my mom first rang, said she wanted to come to Australia, I mean, she had said this 2 years ago as well, so we didn't really think she was going to come. And then when she came back to us a week later and was like, no, I booked the flights, I went to the travel agent, we were like, okay, cool. I was always going home in October, and Lewis was meant to stay an extra month. But I think sometimes, I don't want to talk bad about it, but like sometimes when you're just in the same place for so long, you do need to change it up. And especially when you're on the other side of the world and your days off, you can't just go see your family. Or even when I lived in the UK, it was like, it was only a short flight home, and it wasn't that bad to go home and see everyone. My mom was coming over for a month, and in the month we were still going to work for part of it and like go off traveling and come back to work, and we had arranged all the days with work and everything. And a few weeks ago, only like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were just like kind of talking about it, and it was like there were so many things we were not doing because we wanted to save more money, and we wanted to work still while she was here. And as well, just bringing her to where we work would have been like a really cool experience, I think, for her. But then after like really thinking about it, it's my mom, you know, but like really just thinking about it, it's like, when would I ever get this opportunity to spend this much time with her again in a foreign country, like 2 different countries as well. So I just really wanted to take advantage of the time that I get to spend with her. And then we decided that we weren't going to come back to work. My boss was like a little shocked and kind of annoyed, which is to be understandable, and I didn't really mind, but at the same time it was just something that we wanted to do. Here we have been working, because we actually have worked here for a long time, so I can't really blame anyone else for us not being 110% happy. It's kind of us, we should have left sooner. But if you're like backpacking, you know the pros and cons when you find a job that pays okay and you're secure somewhere. It is a bit stressful with the thought of leaving, so you know, keep that in mind. Do a little bit of mascara and then I'm kind of done. I think I just felt like ranting this morning, to be honest. You know, and just kind of coming to the end and you're going on your holidays, and it's not that you're like even fed up with work, you're just so preoccupied with thinking about your holidays and just wishing today was the last day and you were going on your holidays. That's kind of how I feel. So yeah, I'm just excited to go get a real tan and not have fake tan on, and just be by the beach again. I'm just such a beach girl. I just love it so much. Although I still have a little fear of the ocean, but I still just love it. I'm gonna show you my makeup in the sunlight because this lighting just isn't the best. In some better lighting. Hope you enjoyed this little chatty get ready with me. I'm going to do another video now taking my hair out of my rollers, and I'm going to talk about my brow story and that whole disaster.